on the city of New Orleans. Changing cars in Memphis, Tennessee. Halfway home, we'll be there by morning. The Mississippi darkness rolling down to the sea. But all the towns and people seem to fade into a mad dream, and the steel rail is still ain't heard the news. The conductor sings the songs again. Passengers will freeze, rephrase trains like a disappeared girl. Good night, America, how are you? Signals tell me I'm in this song. I'm the train, they gonna say I'm new. 500 miles in a day. 500 miles in a day. Thank you so much. You good. Thank you. Give me back my boat. I'm gonna sail the ship up, 'cause I good. I'm going back to Muscle Shoals. Times get better.
Okay, hello everyone. Just a quick test that can you hear us okay? Maybe a raise of hands. Okay.
I'd like to thank Scott Baldzai for the music. Even though he wasn't here live, we enjoyed the music. I'm Larry Bell. I'm board president, and I'm happy to see everybody here on Zoom. Hopefully next year things will be different and we get back together in person at the West Side Players Warehouse. I'd like to extend a warm welcome to everybody that is attending. If you're joining us, you're probably either a committee member, board member, staff person, neighborhood association volunteer, business representative, or someone who just cares about our mission, wants to see what we're up to. Thank each of you for being here and taking part of it and your contribution to the success of NeighborWorks Pocatello. I'd like to extend a special welcome to Chad Clawweather. Chad is our district representative for NeighborWorks America. Thank you for being here, Chad, and thank you for all the support that you provide NeighborWorks Pocatello. We truly appreciate what you do for us. We'll have door prizes at the end. If you've joined us on Zoom, we'll enter your name into the drawing. If you're on Facebook Live, please make a comment with your name so we can get you in the drawing for the door prizes. Tonight, we will, I'll introduce the board members, Mark will introduce our staff, then we'll have a PowerPoint presentation. That will be followed by elections of some board members. After that, we'll have our awards presentation, and then we'll have our wrap up and drawing for the door prizes. So on your screen, I think you can see a listing of our board members. Tina Rhodes is our first vice president. She's a resident of the college neighborhood. Benita Wellard is second vice president and a representative of the Bank of Commerce. Sarah Jackson, neighborhood resident. Rich Garvin is our treasurer. He's our Old Town neighborhood resident. Robert Ridgway is a past president and community member. Mary Tush is a board member and community member. Tracy Martin is a board member and a resident of our Alameda neighborhood. Alfreda Van is a board member and a resident of the board member and a city council representative. Joe Evans is also a board member and a Bonneville neighborhood resident. Dick Emerson is a representative of Ireland Bank, and Dave Christensen is a representative of Citizens Community Bank, and Ed Belay is a board member and community member. We also have Kristen Jensen, who's our newest board member. She's been with us almost 2 weeks now. She is a community member in American Falls and a member of their city council. We're working very hard to expand our services to Power County, and we know Kristen will be very important in making that a success.
Yes.
Mark?
All right, and it's my turn to introduce the staff. And as Larry mentioned, that we did have a really challenging year this year with, of course, the COVID-19 happening. And, we got the orders from the governor in the different stages that NeighborWorks Pocatello is a viable business, or it's a necessity business. And so we had to go on and just continue. And I'm glad to say that we've adapted, that we've been able to work our way through it very well, being around and helping customers and not losing a beat there. And I'm Mark Dahlquist. I think I've met most of you probably on the call today or on the Zoom video. Been the executive director here since 2007. Shauna Engen is our chief financial officer. Heather Pimentel is the homeownership center manager. Jeff Byron is our loan officer. And Katie McCarthy, she's our community engagement and marketing coordinator. Sean Hargraves is a housing counselor. We've got Irving Johnson, who's our accounting specialist and admin assistant. And David Stoliker is our property manager. So just kudos to the staff. And, we just definitely couldn't have this go on and be vibrant without the staff and without the board and without all of our wonderful volunteers. And so what we want to do next is that we've got a really great video that we put together that we've been working on it for the last couple of weeks or so. And as we've gone through this, we've just been very impressed, or it's just very gratifying to look back at all of our accomplishments for this year and the new things that we've tried. And even a little bit beyond that we'll have some history in the video. So we're going to queue up this video. It's about 16 minutes long. And after that, as Larry mentioned, we'll come in and have our board member elections. So enjoy the video. We'll cue that up here.
2020 has been a year of many noteworthy accomplishments for NeighborWorks Pocatello. The COVID-19 pandemic was certainly something that was unexpected and made operation of the organization challenging, but we continue to impact the community in so many different ways. We are adapting and thriving to the hard work of our dedicated staff and talented volunteers.
Several months ago, we received word that we were the recipient of an Affordable Housing Program grant, or AHP grant, from the Federal Home Loan Bank. Although the staff made attempts to get these grant requests funded on 2 previous occasions, the third attempt proved to be the charm with the help and partnership of our member bank, the Bank of Commerce. A total of $537,000 was awarded to us, which meant we had enough funding in place to assist 50 homeowners with $10,000 each of grant money. When these funds were leveraged with their own loan funds or cash from borrowers, a significant amount of resources at one time became available for those to take on much-needed home improvements. Over the past 22 months, a significant amount of work has taken place to get these resources into the hands of those who really need them. We are proud to say that the 50th project has just commenced. This is a huge undertaking because we not only fund the projects, we complete inspections that identify health and safety issues, provide technical expertise, write up scope of work documents, and assist homeowners with a plan to seek competitive bids for local contractors. Let's take a moment to hear the stories of 3 homeowners who were impacted in a positive way by the AHP program. We got homeowner number 1, who lives on the west side of Pocatello in a single-family home with his wife and 2 young children. He was a practicing RN when he was first diagnosed with leukemia. Because of the illness, he was forced to quit his job, which left the family without many resources to make the home more livable. After attending one of our Thursday orientation sessions and learning more about the program, he was able to have his siding and several windows replaced along with new flooring installed. He was even able to have a dilapidated deck that was dangerous for his children to walk out on replaced at the back of the home. He and his family are now big cheerleaders for NeighborWorks Pocatello. This homeowner even rallied his neighbors together to apply for some of our Spruce Up the Block funding. Homeowner number 2 is a retiree living in American Falls who spent several years of her life working at a food processing company. In her spare time, she volunteers for her church and for the local senior center. When 2 of our staff members had an outreach event at the senior center and spoke of the AHP grant program, several people in attendance asked the staff to reach out to this person. She had lost her leg to an infection and needed to make some upgrades to her home to accommodate the new disability. Today, she has a newly revamped kitchen which better suits her disability. She has brand new flooring that doesn't catch on her wheelchair. Her bathtub was replaced with a new wheelchair accessible shower, and she newly upgraded her insulation as well. Homeowner number 3 and her husband purchased their Lewis and Clark neighborhood home in 1965. Her husband passed away in 2012. She incurred a decrease in income due to his death that caused some maintenance issues to get away from her. Although her income is severely limited, she still manages to get her bills paid on time every month and has an impressive credit score. She had 2 recent knee surgeries, which made it difficult to access her home from the outside. By taking advantage of our AHP program, we were able to facilitate repair of her front steps, driveway, flooring, roof, ramp, furnace, and her new front door. In the process of making the repairs, some serious termite damage was discovered. A change order was quickly processed, which allowed for mitigation of the termite damage. This homeowner's way of showing gratitude throughout the project was to have warm homemade bread always ready for her contractors. She even dropped a few loaves of bread by the NeighborWorks Pocatello office during the process. These are just 3 stories of people who were impacted in a positive way by this program. There are 47 other similar programs out there. Kudos to all that are involved with bringing these resources to Southeast Idaho and getting them deployed quickly.
NeighborWorks Pocatello specializes in securing and providing resources to people who need to upgrade their homes yet have no viable outlet. Owners of mobile homes are one such example. Even for mobile homeowners that have strong credit, securing home equity loans or getting any type of loan funds from private lenders is nearly an impossible option. Fortunately, NeighborWorks Pocatello has been able to pick up the slack. In late 2019 and early 2020, we were able to assist over 15 mobile homeowners with upgrades such as new roofs, electrical repair, windows, and furnaces, thanks to a community development block grant we received through the City of Pocatello. Grant recipients were awarded $3,000 each, and for those who needed more than $3,000 in repairs, we were able to provide an unsecured loan for the difference. With some experience with mobile home repairs under our belts, we were able to make a case with the Community Development Financial Institution, known as CDFI, that more capital was needed in Southeast Idaho for mobile home repairs. This past month, we received the great news that we've been awarded $520,000 in CDFI funding. This award will help reinvigorate all of our lending programs as well as allow us to deploy over 30 more mobile home repair projects. This year we implemented the new Spruce Up the Block program, which is a neighborhood revitalization grant fund for 5 or more residents living in the same immediate neighborhood who band together and agree to make visible exterior repairs or upgrades to their properties. Matching grant funds are provided for up to $1,000 each for those who commit to match the grant funds with at least 1-to-1 with their own cash and complete the repairs within a set period of time. The fix-ups can include exterior painting, new window boxes, new landscaping, new railing, sidewalks, driveways, lamp posts, siding, roofs, and more, so long as the repairs make visible improvements to the exterior of homes. The first ever Spruce Up the Neighborhood grant went to the Day Street Dwellers, which is a group of 7 residents living on and around Day Street in the Old Town neighborhood. Their specific upgrades included new sod, painting, staining of fences, and front porch repairs. The Spruce Up the Block program will help residents of certain pockets of neighborhoods get to know one another, make the neighborhoods more vibrant and beautiful, and most of all, help residents become more connected. Looking forward to 2021, we will seek out additional funding so this program can continue to grow. We hosted the 7th annual Pay It Forward flower giveaway on June 13th at the Pavilion at Caldwell Park, which was our celebration of NeighborWorks Week. The event featured a curbside pickup of potted flower arrangements in exchange for a pledge to pay it forward in some way. Due to COVID-19, the event had to be altered from previous years, but we made it happen and the community was still able to show their appreciation of the potted flowers by pledging to do something positive for their neighborhood or community. Over 200 potted flowers were distributed by our Resource Development Committee at Caldwell Park and the NeighborWorks Pocatello offices in exchange for pledges by community members. Here's a sampling of some of the individual pledges. We will help our neighbors get settled in and help with their yard. I will help my neighbor that is elderly and needs help with grocery shopping. I am going to help my neighbor pull thistles and visit with her. I will be helping out with childcare for children whose dad just had surgery. Keeping with the theme of neighborhood beautification, we facilitated 2 rounds of Curb Appeal Awards for residents that did an outstanding job with their landscaping. In total, 12 families were recognized. Winners were judged on such things as neatness and lack of clutter, visible and colorful flower beds, trees pruned and trimmed, grass mowed and neatly trimmed, and overall wow factor. Each winner received a sign to display in their front yard, an award plaque, and a $25 gift certificate to Pinehurst Nursery. Even though 12 awards were handed out, there were many other noteworthy nominees, all of which received a congratulatory letter. Shown here is a list of all 12 winners, 2 each from Old Town, Bonneville, Mountain View, College, Alameda, and Lewis and Clark neighborhoods. The Curb Appeal Award will get underway again in the spring of 2021. On February 19th of this year, we became the owner of the former Bonneville Elementary School. As you might recall, we purchased the school, which had sat vacant for 17 years, from the Pocatello-Chubbuck School District to accommodate a new housing development. After receiving input from the Bonneville Neighborhood Association and other experts in studying the feasibility of retrofitting the former school for housing, the decision was made to start from scratch and demo the building. We now have a conveniently located and beautiful 2-acre site to work with. Soon after the purchase was completed, a task force was created to oversee planning and development. The task force consists of experts from our real estate committee, a resident of the Bonneville neighborhood, and several board and staff members. The Land Group Inc. from Boise, along with Myers Anderson Architects of Pocatello, will assist us through the design process and have already developed a concept plan. The plan at this time is to construct 28 attractive single-family homes which will be sold to buyers of all income levels. The site will also include tasteful landscaping, a large courtyard in the center, and establishment of a homeowners association to help keep the site maintained at a high level. We will hold a neighborhood open house in the coming weeks to show off the plans. The opportunity to build housing at this site and bring families and life back to the area and take care of a building that had been vacant for 17 years is what really piqued our interest. The month of July was historic for us as we broke ground on our first ever housing development outside of Pocatello. 2 single-family homes are now underway in the 300 block of Jefferson Street in American Falls. American Falls was a logical community for us to try some new construction because of the need and the supportiveness of the city leaders and the need for new affordable housing there, especially in light of the upcoming $90 million expansion that was just announced by Lamb Weston. The feedback we've received from community leaders is that decent jobs are present in American Falls and it's a good place to live. But a number of people working at places like Lamb Weston, the school district, and the hospital are commuting from other surrounding communities because of the lack of housing options there. Aside from the development of these single-family homes, we recently expanded our rehab loan program to include Power and Bingham counties. In the past, this program was only available to Bannock County residents. A handful of homeowners from the 2 new counties have taken advantage of the AHP grant and rehab loan program last year. We wish to acknowledge Wells Fargo Bank, which provided a sizable expansion grant in 2019, which assisted us in our endeavor to take some of our building and home improvement programs outside Bannock County. Lending to residents southeast Idaho who find it difficult to access affordable capital is another great strength of our organization. Aside from our rehab and mobile home repair financing, we have gotten underway with an affordable small dollar loan program, which is an alternative to the predatory payday lending. We also continue to help first-time home buyers with gap financing in order to make home purchase possible. Financial education and counseling, including for new home buyers and seniors who are considering a reverse mortgage, are also great strengths of the organization. We've shared many stories with you on how we've changed people's lives, but it's important to take a look at the numbers and financial impact. This graph does a great job illustrating this. Getting funds from private sources not heavily relying on public funding is something we're proud of. As you can see here, we have raised just under $500,000 in private contribution over the past 5 years. Resources we receive from our corporate, banking, small business, and individual partners is highly valuable to us. Something particularly gratifying is the support we receive during our Avenues for Hope Housing Challenge every December. Once again, NeighborWorks Pocatello was a top 3 finisher in the campaign this past year. A very impressive feat considering over 50 housing nonprofits in the state took part. We owe much gratitude to all of our donors and partners who are joining us this evening for our annual meeting. Our lending activity over the past 5 years has been robust. We've closed 454 loans and injected over $4.2 million in loan funding into our local economy. We've helped create over 600 new homeowners in the last 5 years, rehabilitated 181 homes, counseled and educated 443 homeowners, and maintained 51 affordable rental units. No other organization in Southeast Idaho does more both to get people into a house and keep them there. Last and not certainly least, our programs and services, when combined with the private sector, have created over $95 million in total investment, an impressive accomplishment indeed. We trust that this information is valuable to you and has provided you with a more comprehensive overview on what NeighborWorks Pocatello has accomplished over the past year in spite of the challenging era we are currently in. We could go on and on about how we're bringing resources to the table to help elevate the community, but our biggest satisfaction is working with so many talented volunteers and community partners. We hope you're enjoying our annual meeting.
As soon as we can, but thank you for bearing with us through that, but hope you enjoyed the video.
We have 3 board members that are up for renewal. Sarah Jackson from the College neighborhood, Alfreda Van from the Bonneville neighborhood, and Tracy Martin from the Alameda neighborhood. Would you please give me a verbal confirmation to vote for these board members?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, very,
Aye.
very good. We're hearing lots of ayes there.
Aye.
Aye.
Our board officers for the 2021 are myself as president, Tina Rhodes, first vice president, Benita Weller as second vice president, Rich Garvin as treasurer, and Sarah Jackson secretary. Mark, go ahead and take it away for the awards.
Okay, sure. Thank you, Larry. That it's tradition every year that we have at least 3 or 4 awards that we like to hand out. And we'll do our best with being virtual. And I believe we have all the winners on the virtual show today. But just kicking it off with our business partner of the year is the first one that we'll go over. Just as you know, we purchased the bowl early in the year, and which brought a whole new elevated adventure for us. That, you know, we're used to building single family homes here and there, and a single family home or two maybe in American Falls, but at least in my tenure here, that we've never taken on a 2-acre site and torn down a very large building and had to start from scratch. So one of the first tasks we had to do was figure out how we were going to take that darn thing down and what kind of environmental issues we needed to deal with. We needed to get some specifics drafted up for contractors who are going to help us demo and help us redevelop the site. And so Del Revis and Crystal Chanda of A&E Engineering, and start unmuting your phone here that we'll have you talk in a moment, but A&E Engineering, they were here when we needed them to be there for a great resources as all the questions came up. And both Del and Crystal, they spent several hours inspecting that site for us. And most impressively, they drafted up a comprehensive and highly detailed scope of work for the building demo that we were able to share with our contractors so they could accurately bid and work on the project with a high amount of knowledge. And so needless to say, this entire process leading into and through the demolition stage was done. It was difficult, but we had great help, and it was done on a pro bono basis. And Dale and Crystal, they're both leaders in the community. Dale Revis has been a member of our Resource Development Committee since 2007, and he actually served on our board of directors from 1999 all the way up to 2019. And Dale, by the way, was my first boss when I started at NeighborWorks in 07. He was the board president. Crystal is also a figure in the community that this year she was recognized by the Pocatello Chamber of Commerce as the Volunteer of the Year. And so Dale and Crystal, we've got great folks helping us out there that are really leaders in the community. So we're so grateful that Dale and Crystal and A&E Engineering have helped us out with this huge milestone with the Bonneville project. So please join me in congratulating A&E Engineering as our Partner of the Year. Got this nice trophy for him and seeing lots of hands there. And so Dale and Crystal, the floor is yours. I think you'll have to unmute
Thank
your.
you so much, Mark. Dale couldn't be here tonight. Work has him tied up. But I know I'm going to start by saying you're lucky that he was your first boss, because he has been an amazing boss for me, and then a great partner as well. And I know that he would reiterate everything that I'm saying, that we are just so honored that we are being recognized by such an amazing organization. And we're honestly so impressed with everything that the NeighborWorks Association does and the ways that you guys get the community involved. And that video that we just watched just sends that message home even more. And we will always be here to support those that give back to our community in any way we can. And we just most importantly want to know that A&E cares about your guys' mission, and that's amazing. And thank you so much for recognizing us.
Okay, thank you, Crystal. We really appreciate that. feel a little guilty that I think all you got out of the deal is maybe a chalkboard out of the school. We went over there one day and fetched that out. So maybe to kind of add to the collection, we've got.
I didn't know if I was supposed to mention the chalkboard, but the chalkboard was everything for me. The chalkboard came out of my 6th grade teacher's classroom, who was my favorite teacher. And I am very big into lettering, calligraphy, and chalkboarding, and it's hanging up in my basement, and I use it on a regular basis. So that's my trophy right there. I appreciate it.
Yeah, very good. And I think it was even the day that Crystal and I was over there that we rang the school bell for kind of the last time. We found the controls over there. So that was kind of fun. So thank you very much, Crystal. We'll deliver this to you, and please extend our congrats to Dale as well. We really appreciate it. All right, so
Okay.
we're gonna go into the second award.
Our second award is the President's Award. This is not an award that we do every year. We wanted to present it this year because we wanted to recognize a business that's gone way above and beyond to help. The winner this year is Nels Bilo Market. Every couple of years, NeighborWorks Americas asks us to conduct a community impact measurement where we perform an extensive quality of life survey in one of the neighborhoods. This year, because of what we're undertaking with the Bonneville School Districts and the Bonneville neighborhood, so we can go back in 2 or 3 years and conduct the same survey to see if our activities have helped uplift the residents' perception of the neighborhood where they live. The survey is very extensive. We're asked to get the opinions of at least 200 residents, and each survey takes about 15 minutes to complete. As an incentive to get the residents to take part, we thought it would be a good idea to get some gift cards from a neighborhood grocery store, which they could have after they completed the survey. Nels Bilo Market stepped up to the plate big time. They donated 200 gift certificates of $10 each. This exceeded our ask in that we originally wanted them to only cover half the cost. JD Wardell from Nels is here today to accept the award. The store has expressed that they want to continue the partnership with us, which is a win-win as they're located right in our Bonneville neighborhood and they understand the importance of helping uplift the neighborhood. Please join me in congratulating Nels Bilo Market. And JD, would you undo your microphone?
The clapping there.
Hello.
Hi, JD, we can hear you.
Excellent. Well, I'm very excited to be here to accept this award on behalf of the store. We, being a small, locally owned grocery store that's been in this community for longer than my lifetime, really felt like it was important to get involved with the survey going on. It literally right behind our store, because we're on the edge of the Bonneville neighborhood. I got the phone call to see if we could do some of the gift certificates, and I put I can't remember the name of the person who called me on hold and talked to the owner and came back on, and he decided to just go ahead and do them all. And we were really happy to do that and really proud to do that, to be part of our community and support the neighborhood that we're in. And we were, very sincere in that we hope to continue that partnership moving forward and help with other surveys and do things, whatever we can to help. If you guys need another business person on the board or another representative, reach out to us. Be happy to serve in whatever capacity we can, because we fully support what you guys are doing and think you're an absolutely amazing organization. So thank you for letting us be part of your efforts.
Okay, thank you very much, JD. And I was noticing on one of the screenshots that I believe that's Alfreda holding up her $10 gift certificate from Nels Bilo. So she lives in that neighborhood and took part in the survey.
Excellent. Thank you, guys.
Right, thank you again, JD. Moving along to our third award, that we have the Dick Emerson Volunteer of the Year Award. Dick wasn't able to be on the call this evening, and so I'm standing in for what he would normally present. But Dick is a long-standing board member at NeighborWorks Pocatello and has gone through many stints on different committees, but most especially our Business and Finance Committee that he was the chair for multiple years, and the one honor to have the Volunteer of the Year Award in Dick's name. So as far as who this volunteer is for 2020, but to start off with, that This person is a resident of the Bonneville neighborhood. That neighborhood's getting a lot of attention this evening, as well as a real estate agent with Remax Country Real Estate here in Pocatello. Whenever we have any type of event, whether it be our Pay It Forward barbecue, an open house, a fundraising event, et cetera, she's always there to lend a hand. Jo Evans is currently a member of our board of directors and has been a member of our resource development committee since 2010. She takes notes and writes up the minutes for each meeting and contributes many valuable ideas. Every year to our Avenues for Hope Housing Challenge. This year and last, she sought out several out-of-state donors who helped us win an extra $500 for the multi-state challenge prize. And so I think Jo got on the phone and called lots of friends and relatives out of state to help us get up to that 12. During the Avenues for Hope campaign, several years in a row, Jo's made solicitation calls. We always have the day or two where we have volunteer committee members come to the office and make calls, reminder calls, and Jo is always willing to do that and has a knack for it. She's got such a great, nice personality that it's really hard for people to say no to her. So we love it when she comes and makes the calls. And on occasion, Jo's assisted us with real estate advice and has put together an opinion of value assessment for the homes that we've sold. She's an awesome and friendly person, a great cheerleader for the organization who knows about our services. Even a few years back, she sold one of the NeighborWorks Pocatello homes to one of her lucky clients. And she's active in the Greater Pocatello Association of Realtors. So it is our pleasure to honor Jo Evans as our Volunteer of the Year. And Jo, we see you there. We're going to put you on the spot, have you say a few words.
What an honor this is. I'm so surprised. I can't believe it. I love NeighborWorks Pocatello and all that you stand for, all that we stand for. And think it's such a worthwhile organization to belong to and to be able to spread the word around neighbors and clients and friends about what NeighborWorks does. In fact, today I was talking to my nail lady, and she was telling me about her neighbor as part of the day group that won the award, the matching grants for their neighborhood, and she was way excited about it. So it was really fun to talk to her about that too. But anyway, thank you so much. This is such a great organization. Mark is a remarkable leader in this company, and I'm just proud to be part of it. And thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Jo. It's certainly people like you that make my job easier. So just thank you very much for your years and years of volunteer support for us. All right, our fourth and final award, we have the Rich Garvin Resident Leadership Award. Rich Garvin is, I guess, a veteran or charter board member of the organization. And from what I've read on past records, that Rich was the very first resident leader to, have this award under his name as well. So the resident that we've selected this year, she became affiliated with NeighborWorks Pocatello in about October of 2015, when she assisted us on a volunteer basis with the community impact surveying. And you heard Larry talk a little bit earlier about getting the 200 folks to help sign up and complete the survey. She was a piece of that. We were so impressed by the job that she had done that we actually hired her on a part-time basis through the Experience Works program to be our receptionist and administrative assistant. She did this from December 2015 up until December of 2019. Many of you may recall Janelle Canister at the front desk, always cheerful and ready to help and quick to pick up on NeighborWorks programs so she could articulate what we did for the customers that would come in and ask questions. Janelle Canister is a resident of the Bonneville neighborhood, and she's been there since late 2015. Janelle got to know our neighborhoods working through us, but probably the big draw for Bonneville was that her granddaughter was a student at Holy Spirit Elementary School just a few blocks away. Janelle is president of the Bonneville Neighborhood Association, and she's been doing this since 2016. She was actually voted in as the vice president, but quickly had to become the president when the president-elect was unable to fulfill that role. We had a candidate forum, or I should say the Bonneville Neighborhood had a big candidate forum with all of the city council candidates last year. And the way Janelle puts it, that she was at an association meeting and she kind of opened up her big mouth about the idea. And Alfreda Van was quick to say, great idea, you're the chair of that. And so Janelle just didn't back off an inch, that she took that and went on. Janelle stuck with us through the Bonneville School acquisition, that having the neighborhood association involved and testifying at the school board meetings early this year, that was really key. We felt like to show the school district that we have the neighborhood kind of in our corner. And Janelle actually testified at a meeting or two there. So really, I think understood what we were trying to do and how we were trying to uplift the neighborhood. And Bonneville, that this past year, that they've really been the neighborhood association that's met the most, and I think has been the most active in 2020. They, would have their meetings, they'd wear their face masks, they'd social distance and still have guest speakers, and just went about their business as best as they could. And Janelle was faithful and always cheerful to organize those efforts. So please join me in congratulating Janelle Knister, the Rich Garvin Resident Leadership Award winner for 2020. And Janelle, now it's your time to be on the spot. There we go. We can hear you, Janelle. Or we did for a second. I think you might be back on mute again.
I unmuted her. I'm trying to.
Oh,
There you go.
I am so shocked to receive this award. When I read your email, I had to read it twice. And I want to thank the Government and Community and Government Relations Committee for recognizing this. But I didn't do it alone. I did it with all the members of Bonneville Neighborhood Association, and especially Alfreda Van and Julia Farrell. They were always there to give me the guidance. I had no idea what I was doing. And I want to thank everybody at NeighborWorks, because without you guys, I would have never gotten into this. Of course, I want to thank my family. I love you kids. And I hope that this recognition of my work can serve as an inspiration to others in the community. Remember, if my work can make a difference, so can yours. Thank you.
Well said, Janelle. You are an inspiration. Can't see it very well, but here you go. We'll make sure and get this delivered to you.
Okay. I work tomorrow. I'll be at the store all day.
Okay, great. Thank you, Janelle, and thank you for all our award winners that are taking part tonight. But, with a nonprofit organization, and probably knowing me as well as you do, that we can't go through a meeting without talking about money, and without talking about prospective donations. That the Avenues for Hope Housing Challenge, that's a campaign that we've been taking now. And it is our largest private fundraiser. And when you saw the video at the very end, that there was a section there on how much, I guess, leveraging or private contributions NeighborWorks. Those private donations that we get, they're hugely valuable, that they don't have the strings attached to them like a lot of the federal funding does. And we're able to take those dollars and match them in so many different ways, that not only are we able to match the contributions within the campaign and maybe kind of like double your money a lot of times, but when the staff writes grants, that a lot of times we need private matches, and just this no strings attached contributions are really huge to us. And so Avenues for Hope, that in case you're not familiar with that's a statewide challenge where all of the housing nonprofits in Idaho are invited to take part. And that's really grown over the 9 or 10 year tenure that they've had that to where there's over 50 people participating in it now. And it's going to take place this year from the 10th to the 31st of December. It'll just kick off at 8 o'clock in the morning on the 10th. And we have the very first day, it's kind of tradition for us to have a kickoff event. And being the good creative folks that we are and the good creative resource development committee, that they came up with an idea of a curbside kickoff luncheon event. And so watch for more information on this, but we want to kick this off on Thursday the 10th with a luncheon down here at the NeighborWorks office. And I don't know about the rest of you, but with me, I'm getting really good at going to restaurants and doing that curbside service. And if you've done that, you always see like an attendant out there that kind of meets you at your car window. You know, we can take credit cards just like they do and run them through. So if you come down, we're going to clear out the back parking lot and kind of have directions on how to do that. But you come down that day and get information on how to make your pledge or how to make that donation that day or through the 31st. And we've always done really well with the grand prize category where we get the most number of unique donations of $25 or more. So, you know, our strategy will probably be to vie for that grand prize for the most number of donors again. And for the last 4 or 5 or 6 years straight or whatever it's been always fun to drive over to Boise and go to the reception event in January. And I'm the only guy from Pocatello, or I'm the only person from Southeast Idaho there to accept like the bigger prizes. So, you know, it sure is fun when Pocatello kind of kicks butt like that, you know, against the others. So we're going to do that again, and the money raised goes directly into our housing program. So stay tuned for that. So we're going to turn the time back over to Larry for wrap up or any last comments, and then we're going to go into the door prizes.
I just want to take this opportunity to thank everybody that's on the call. If you're on the call, you're probably a volunteer of some type, and we really appreciate it. It's the volunteers that really make our organization go. And you've been generous, and I know you'll be very generous again with the Avenue for Hopes. There's 2 programs I'd like to mention that they're extremely impactful. And one of them is a small dollar loan program. This is a program that helps people avoid payday loans. We deployed the program about a year ago, and the first employer that we worked with had 2 people that came up to them and said, you know, this is the best Christmas present I could have gotten. And when you hear comments like that, you know that you're making a difference in people's lives. The other program I want to mention is the mobile home rehab and repair program. Without us, those people would not have any options. And I am chairman of the loan committee, and I see the loans, the requests that we have, and these people are in dire need of improvements. Sometimes they say, we need a furnace. And the key there is not, we need a new furnace, we need a furnace, because we don't have a furnace. There's just a lot of properties that are in very tough shape, and this is the only outlet they have. So thank you for your generous donations, and know that you're changing the lives of people that really need some help. Should we go into the door prizes?
Yeah, let's do some door prizes.
Okay.
And we're going to have one more screen share that we found out about a really neat program, and you can see that looks like the Wheel of Fortune there. So, you know, to make this completely random and fun, we're going to spin the wheel. And what we're spinning for right now is a Buddy's salad. Okay, Joe, you are the winner. I kind of saw that it was hovering by Chad, and I know Chad's a big fan of Buddy's when he makes his way into Pocatello, so. Okay, Heather, we're gonna give the wheel another spin, and we've got a $25 Nels Bilo gift card, courtesy of Peg Hudson. We'll draw that next. Let's see what they are here. Hey, looks like Jim Johnston is our big winner there. Thank you, Jim, for a good job. Okay, so let's go ahead and draw for an Ace or Element Outfitters gift card, another $25. Thank you, Mary Tush, who purchased this. Way to go, Sarah Jackson. It's even a business in your neighborhood. Okay, let's draw for another Nels Bilo $25 gift card courtesy of Peg Hudson, the chair of our Resource Development Committee. All right, Tina Rhodes, it's all yours. Okay, and then we have a $25 Panera Bread gift card coming up. This is courtesy of First American Title and our friend Mel Rashke there. So, and I might have, okay, here comes the spin. Panera Bread gift card. Oh my goodness, this thing's rigged. Got Larry Bell as the winner.
Do you think we need to redo that?
I think
The fix is in.
I can
Thank
take
you.
it. Okay, got two more to go. Gonna hold up this sign here. It's a thankful sign and real appropriate for Thanksgiving holiday coming up. Again, Mel Rashke of First American Title donated this. Okay, Adriana Apaya, I hope I pronounced that correctly. All right, and let's go for the grand prize here that we've got a Char-Broil tabletop gas grill. It's about an $80 value. This is courtesy of our friends of Intermountain Gas. It may even be more than 80 bucks. I know it's at least worth that, but let's give it a spin for the grand prize barbecue. Boy, is that, okay. That was really close, Doyle Livingston, but it's yours. And I always have kind of a knot in my stomach when I see Doyle win something, because we were in the running for a motorized scooter, a Ruckus scooter at ISU a few years ago, and Doyle beat me out on that. It was kind of a shoot the target thing. So, you know, so there he goes again. All right, well, looks like we're at the end of the meeting. I don't know if we have any wrap-up comments, Larry, or?
I was just going to tell Chad that since he didn't win on the drawing, next time he's in town, I'll take him to Buddy's and buy him a salad.
I'm going to hold you to that.
I hope so.
Yes. All right, well, way to go, NeighborWorks Pocatello. Way to go, volunteers and committee and board members and staff members. It's been a fantastic year. We're alive, we're well. We can't wait for 2021, as most people probably can't out there. But we're alive and well, and we'll continue to be vibrant. So really appreciate everyone's attendance tonight, and please have a great evening.
Thanks, Mark. Thanks, Larry.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Bye-bye.